Correlational data in psychology research. Avoid these common mistakes in the exam. I've been examining for countless years, and I can tell you all that there are the same mistakes almost every examination series that students make, unfortunately, with correlation data, which is really sad because it's so easy to avoid these mistakes, and they could easily just give you those few marks less that will cost you that grade you need. And there is no going back on it. If you made this mistake, you cannot have a remark and gain these marks. So let's make sure that we don't make these mistakes. Let's get started. First of all, let's just be very clear what is correlation in psychology. I'm going to go very, very quickly through this because you all probably know this anyway from doing GCSE. A positive correlation is points that go up from the beginning of the left-hand corner to the right-hand corner. Negative correlation goes from the top left-hand corner down to the right-hand corner. So what you're seeing is generally this and this, but that's a completely positive correlation, a completely negative correlation. When there is no correlation, you're going to see this. Now, you are not going to be asked to say, what are all of these giving you, and what sort of correlation is this? It's not the questions you are asked in psychology. You are not asked to simply say, what would you say this was or that was or that was. You simply need to know what is a positive correlation and what is a negative correlation. What you will be asked about is statistical significance. So let's get on with that. In correlation, normally it's R. It could be Spearman's rho, or it could be here Pearson's R. And that's another video completely about stats. But once you know how to select those, okay, so Spearman's rho is for ordinal data and Pearson's R is for interval data, but Spearman's rho will be good for any correlations whatsoever. You will be asked to decide how strong a correlation is. That's the most important thing you have to say. Is it a strong correlation here and here, or a weaker correlation such as here and here? Actually, these are actually midway. So a very weak correlation will be something like 0.25 or 0.3. So therefore, what you'll be asked to say is, have you got a strong negative or a strong positive or a weak negative or a weak positive? Those are the two key words you need to have in. If you just say it's a positive correlation, you've missed out the fact that it's a strong positive correlation, and that's going to lose you marks. Okay, now let's go on to AO3 points, and these are the major mark losers. So let's not make these mistakes. Here we go. If you're going to give a positive AO3 point for correlational data, please use something along these lines. This is the only reasonable, good thing to say about correlational data. And it goes like this. Correlational data is good for starting new research. It allows researchers to check for a relationship between variables before starting expensive lab or field experimental research. So that's what you want to copy and paste. That is a superb AO3 that will always win you marks. Instead of that, I've seen this time and time again. It allows us to see how variables relate, or it allows us to see a relationship between two variables. That could hardly get you any marks. It's really something which is pointless, because what you're saying is what it is. That's what a correlation is, guys. Don't use this. Go for this. You will never lose marks. Now, the minus for correlation. The only reasonable minus about correlation is correlational data is not causal because other factors may be involved. What students miss out is because they just say it's not causal. And so there is no explanation. You've either got a basic mark, but you've lost out marks that could absolutely lose you that grade. So do not say correlational data is not causal, or correlations do not tell us which variable is impacting the other. It may be X or it may be Y. I've seen this so many times. This at least may get you 1 mark. This will get you 0. I don't know where students get this from. I mean, it's just not making any sense. It may be X or it may be Y. So what? That's not the point. This is the point, guys. There may be other factors involved. That is why it's not causal. So please use this. This is your major minus point. Okay, so I hope that was useful to you all, and I wish you lots of luck this series. Goodbye for now.